Some people have been asking how I Uber around a full-time job. Some people are wondering why I don't get burnout.
Slow down.
Some people are asking how I keep myself fit and strong and able. Well, this is how I get down. Daytime, nighttime, anytime.
.5 kilometers completed. Duration 19 minutes 8 seconds. Average speed 11 kilometers per hour. Remaining time 30 minutes 52 seconds.
So I'll make no secret about how I'm able to stay on form. I'm 37 years old and I like to keep myself active. I like to stay healthy. I enjoy running. It's good to kind of open up your cardiovascular system, get yourself breathing and hit a few barriers and surpass a few barriers. I think as we get older, it's so important to stay active. It's good for your circulation. It keeps the weight off. There's nothing worse than just sitting in the car all day. What you typically find is people who have driving jobs seem to grow a stomach which kind of ends up sitting on the steering wheel. Typically see it with like some lorry drivers and some bus drivers and some minicab drivers and taxis and so on and so forth. You've got to stay active. It's easy to fall into a routine whereby you sit behind the wheel of your vehicle and you're just constantly grazing. So you're grazing on crisps, on chocolate, on cake, on fast food. I mean, it's so easy to pick up something when you're out on the road and have a quick munch, you know, and typically it's going to be something that's maybe greasy or salty or high in like saturated fats, deep fried. I mean, all that tasty stuff, it's no good for you. You know, it's better to take a packed lunch or just don't eat, don't graze. So what do I do to kind of keep myself fit as opposed to running? I've got some weights at home. I used to be an avid gym attender. I used to go to the gym like 4, 5, sometimes 6 times a week. I used to have like big shoulders, big arms, big legs, etc, etc. But obviously it's a bit difficult to keep a routine with the gym, especially working here, there and everywhere. I enjoy running. I think running gives me some me time to myself, and I think it's important, especially if you live in a big city and you have a hectic lifestyle. It's good to have time for yourself. And I also want to talk about balance. Balance is extremely important. You need time for work, but you also need time for rest. You need time for exercise, and you need time for play, and fundamentally you need time to sleep. yeah, to get a good solid 8 hours sleep. Yeah, admittedly, I don't get 8 hours sleep every night. Some nights I might get somewhere between 6 and 7 hours. That's what I aim for. And then I'll go back and have a siesta around about lunchtime. I do not eat breakfast. I do not eat lunch. I typically eat between 3 o'clock and 8 o'clock in the evening. Obviously, if I'm feeling unwell or under the weather, then I'm not gonna. It's not a hard and fast rule. But typically, I'm eating between 3 o'clock and 8 o'clock. During the day, I just drink water because that's all I need. I don't need to be grazing and snacking and so on and so forth. Also, I changed my diet dramatically over the last probably 3 years, culminating in me going vegan, and that was in July last year. Now, the reason I went vegan was for a detox. I'm not going to bash on about veganism and how everyone should convert. This was my personal choice. I'm not imposing my views on anybody, but it works for me. It does, and I feel a lot healthier, a lot happier. I'm a lot lighter on my feet. I weigh less, and I feel more energetic, and I've got energy to carry me through the whole day. I eat better, I sleep better, and everything is better. And yeah, it works for me. It works really well. If you're interested, look it up. There's a million videos on YouTube talking about being a vegan and the so-called benefits and so on and so forth. It may not work for everybody, but I was at a time in my life where I wanted to try something different. I want to live forever, you know. I want to see my grandchildren, and I want to stay healthy. I'll still continue to want to beat my son in a race. He's 13 years old now, and he's trying to keep pace. So I'm going to keep pace with him for as long as I can, and it's still working at the moment. So we'll keep that up for as long as possible. But generally, I just want to be in good health. I don't drink, I don't smoke. I drink water, and I'll probably have an espresso, or double espresso, every once in a while. And yeah, I make smoothies. I cook my food from scratch, and I'll make packed lunches where necessary. I typically don't eat out too often, although I do like a vegetable pad thai, and I like a vegetable biryani. Who doesn't like curry? You know, vegetable masala goes down well, absolutely lovely. But these are occasional treats. Typically I steam food at home and occasionally fry food, and that works well for me. That's how I keep myself fit and healthy. Life is all about balance. I try not to overdo it, and sometimes I have several days off in a row from Uber, and I do my own thing and I rest a lot. And I think it's important to do that, and I think each and every one has to look into ourselves and find that balance within ourselves and make time for everything. But obviously make time for yourself. I think that's way important. Yeah, this is just going off comments I've had from people who have been asking, how do I keep myself fit and healthy, and how do I manage a full-time job, and then obviously Uber sometimes between 25 and 40 hours a week on some weeks. And that's how I do it, and it works well for me. It's not forever, it's a means to an end, and hopefully by the end of summer I can just kind of cool off, and I want to get myself a little holiday break towards the end of the year. Fingers crossed everything's going to go well, and yeah, it's all good. If you're an Uber driver, or if you drive for a living, more importantly, and you've got any tips on how to keep yourself in good health and strength, leave them below. Sharing is caring. As always, if you like my content, like, subscribe and share. This is the Gig Guy, London, and I'm signing out. Stay healthy, stay blessed. Peace.